Imagine you're supposed to search the needle on the hay, but you don't know what the needle looks like. Is there an app for that? No, not really, but at the particle accelerator at CERN, they deal with these kind of problems. And instead of needles, they search for the truth in physics. You need very special user interfaces for these tasks. And I talked about these interfaces with Michael Dozer.
So I'm a research physicist at CERN. I'm involved in running one of the experiments that take place at CERN. So I'm leading a very small group of about 30 people.
So back to the needle in the hay. What does it have to do with the research at CERN?
We don't know exactly what kind of signal we're looking for. What you're trying to see is something that has been hypothesized. So you have a model of what should possibly be there, but you don't know whether that is the correct model. In fact, there's not just one model, there are hundreds or thousands of models. So if you don't know what a tree looks like, you have an idea of what a tree looks like, and you take pictures, many pictures, and sometimes you might see something that might look like a tree, but that might also be just a very tall person or an elephant. But before you've seen a tree, it's hard to know that you've taken a picture of a tree.
How would you compare the development of a user interface of a commercial app and the user interface you need at CERN?
Every single user interface in our case is a prototype. And for a prototype, you have different ways of approaching the challenges than if you're designing for millions of people. Only experts will use this. And as we expand and as we realize that we need more information, we just add another screen which gives you more information. So we're not trying to simplify the user interface or to cook down the information that is given to the people who are running the experiment, because in general, they need rather more information than less. So in that case, what you end up having is a patchwork, a mosaic of different styles, different color schemes, different fonts, different imagery, all jumbled together into one screen that then has to convey the sum totality of what is happening, and where anybody can then change things. It's a historically grown, multi-layered user interface. It's very ugly, but the ugliness is not the prime problem in this case. It's the information content that is the main driver.
Out of 6 pictures, it's quite easy to find the tree. But now imagine there are billions of pictures, and maybe 1 or 2 of them will help you. Where's the tree? Wouldn't make a user experience designer help to make this task a bit easier?
It would maybe make sense. So for a big experiment, it definitely makes sense, and they actually do that. They have specialists, they're physicists who spent more time on that. They're not actually real professionals in that area, because also they have resource limitations. In our case, it would probably require somebody who's not just a user interface designer and who understands how to build good user interfaces, but also somebody who understands the functionality below, so who understands what the interface is actually doing. So it would have to be somebody with a dual expertise of user interface building, but also of control systems or of even physics. And finding somebody like that is very, very difficult.